Kicking off another episode, and look, oh my God.
You are real.
No split screen or
You are
nothing.
real. Look at you.
The CSR Originals back with you. Josh Eisenberg up from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, here in Pittsburgh. Justin LeBar, Point Park University Center for Media Innovation. It is Chair Shot Reality on WrestleZone.com, your number one place for your wrestling news. Welcome back, sir.
It's good to be back.
It's been a while.
It's been a year. It's been an entire year since I've been in the studio. We had a Squirrel Hole Sports Bar last year throughout the summer.
Yeah.
It's good to be back next to you, though, Justin. I mean,
all right.
You look good.
You look good.
You look well.
David Allen, all the way around. All right, well, let's get into doing one of our old favorites. Get into some hot topics,
Yes,
Josh.
sir.
And we start with the fact that Raw did its lowest viewership. Let me make sure I have the numbers right here. Lowest viewership of 2017, but it still beats SmackDown Live. Raw had 2.87 million, SmackDown 2.3 million viewers. What do you make of that?
Well, I think a lot to make of it is the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs, a lot of cross promotion there, especially with big markets such as, Washington, D.C., Boston, Chicago, last week Chicago. All of these big markets have a lot of wrestling fans, so you're going to see a slight dip in numbers. I don't think it had anything to do with the product because I think the show actually from top to bottom was very, above average. It's not going to be a great show. It's the month of May, As Justin Timberlake says, it's going to be May. So it's going to slow down a little bit. But you see SmackDown and Raw give a little bit of a dip. But I'm not too worried about it. I don't think WWE's too worried about it. They're not going to make any drastic changes heading into the spring and into the summer.
I mean, I'm not surprised that it was the lowest viewed Raw. No Roman Reigns, no Braun Strowman, no Brock Lesnar. So, I mean, it kind of, you don't, no Stephanie McMahon, no Triple H, no big hitters like that. So, but I am surprised that less people are still watching SmackDown. I thought SmackDown was surging. I don't know.
It's still Tuesday night, Justin. What are you going to say? But something you should say, X-Pac, Sean Waltman, a guy that seems to have cleaned up his rap, was arrested at LAX with possession of drugs.
Because why not? No, I mean, no. Look, this is, I honestly think that Sean has handled this really well. He was very, very vocal in saying, my side of the story is going to come out. I'm going to cooperate and prove that this was a misunderstanding, that I was clean. But he also said, I don't blame people, even his friends that know him, for doubting him because he has a history of admitted drug use. So hopefully it all gets cleared up. Hopefully he is fine. It seems like much of the clique, they've all gotten to their better days past any of their demons. So hopefully Sean Waltman can continue riding the positive wave that they are all in. Billy Corgan. Yes, Smashing Pumpkins Billy Corgan, no longer with TNA Impact Wrestling. He has apparently bought the rights to the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance. I didn't even know that was still out there.
Why?
To purchase.
Why? Why wouldn't you just purchase IWC, Justin? Why wouldn't you just purchase IWC or Prime or PWO? Bring in Marion Fontaine and the man with war in his name, the longest slogan ever. Okay, first off, let's be serious here. Billy Corgan has way too much money to be playing with. He's purchasing NWA for what? Name somebody on the roster for NWA, Justin. Is it a roster? Is it just a name? What in the blue hell is he purchasing?
They have a bunch of. I guess it's the rights to use the name. They have a bunch of. It's back to the territories. They do have a bunch of independent promotions around the country that still use themselves with NWA labeling. I don't know, but then again, he has more money than we do, so I guess spend away, right?
I mean, spend away into a garbage tank. I don't know, Justin. It's so weird to me that people still want to think, oh, Billy Corgan, this is a guy that loves wrestling. And do you care about Billy Corgan? I don't.
I don't know. Not really as a wrestling owner. I mean, I like some of his music, but I don't.
Name a song.
Tonight.
All right, you do like the Smashing Pumpkins. Moving on, July's pay-per-view this past week was announced. Great Balls of Fire. Yeah.
They're reporting that Brock's going to be there fighting. I cannot wait to hear Paul Heyman and his New York accent trying to sell us seriously or not seriously on a match at this event. I am making a stand, though. I'm assuming Vince McMahon's the one that is responsible for this. I am going to go with Grapefruits of Fire. That's what I'm going to stick with. That's all it's going to be referred to from here on out.
That wasn't good, Justin.
It's great.
You've done better.
Grapefruits.
Grapefruits of Fire.
Grapefruits of Fire.
Grapefruits of that's a mouthful.
That's what he used.
That's a mouthful.
Grapefruits. You got to mix. It works the alliteration.
Anyway, but
Finally, not finally, actually. My last topic I'm throwing out to you is Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns, obviously involved in the #1 feud right now for WWE.
Thank you.
#1 feud in WWE. They're writing each other off TV, ambulances, all this shenanigans. And Titus O'Neil posted a picture as the rosters on their international tour, then visiting the Coliseum at Rome, and a picture that had Titus and Heath Slater and Matt Hardy, but it also had Roman. It also had Roman and Braun in it. Titus then deleted the picture.
What did he do?
Deleted the picture.
There you go.
And it's made a little bit of a waves, you know. I mean, because these guys are feuding. But is it a big deal? It's 2017. Is it
It's a big deal to me. Yeah. It should be a big deal to wrestling fans who try to suspend any sorts of belief. I gotta say it this much, Justin. Can Titus O'Neil do anything right? I mean, I know that he's your boy because you guys both sport yourself in the same clothing. He's a nice guy and he does all this. And I mean, I should like him because I live in Florida now and he's a big fan of the Gator Nation, Gator Bait, whatever. But you think about this, when you tweet the picture of your friends, your entire life is about professional wrestling, and you just left a match with Braun and Roman where Braun was spitting up blood, and he looked like he got this crap kicked out of him. Why in the world would you post something like this?
First off, let me say this.
I don't post pictures of me and Juice.
What about you and Ghoulish? So here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is one of the few feuds that I actually think that you do need to protect it because of the level of seriousness they're trying to take it. That being said, I don't so much put the blame on Titus because I mean, look.
Wouldn't.
Well, no. Here's the thing. Here's my thought. Why? He's out there. He's out there doing a lot of PR stuff. He's out there standing next to good guys and bad guys, people he's feeding with at these, Be a Star things, at these charitable things. So WWE doesn't necessarily care about it in that regard. However, I will say, I actually think that to Braun and to Roman, to them individually, they should know that they're in this feud, they're at this level. Fine, if they're friends in real life, that's fine. Take pictures to commemorate these moments to have, for your own personal memories. But they should be the ones to say, hey, whoever phone took the picture, please don't post that. I actually think it's on them to protect what they do. It's not up for Titus to be watching who's feuding with who, especially because he's doing so much other stuff outside of the ring where they do already blur the lines.
But that's also happening. So I don't really blame it. That's also happening with a lot of other people. I mean, you saw even on SmackDown when Charlotte moved over to SmackDown, she posted a picture of her and Becky Lynch, and this is before she turned face.
Yeah,
so you have to be particular with things like this. There's some feuds like that should never do something like that. But then you have the women or other people in general, like in feuds or they're kind of friends, like Balor. Balor is in a 6-man match against Gallows and Anderson, and everybody knows that they're boys. Right. So you need to pick and choose.
But I do think Braun and Roman is a special case that should be protected. Yeah. But I think it shouldn't be up to Titus or Matt Hardy or Heath Slater or anybody else to be. It should be up to those two individuals to say, hey, let's have this picture. Please send it to me so we have it for our personal use, but please don't post it.
Yes.
That's
exactly. Speaking of personal use, this past week as well, and it's a very touchy situation, touchy subject. Charlotte Flair was the latest of the adult photos leaked online. It's interesting because this is, you had Paige about a month ago with her videos and pictures posted. Now Charlotte Flair, and they're obviously, real pictures of Charlotte Flair. Your reaction, Justin? I mean, this is a tricky situation.
It's amazing because 20 years ago we got excited when Sable would post for Playboy. Now we don't have to wait for the Playboy anymore. We have to wait for the links. But no, all joking aside, here's what's tough for me, and maybe it's tough for you. Here's what's tough for me. I do believe, I do actually believe this is an invasion of privacy, and I feel bad for her and everybody else that gets done to, because I know that if it was done to me or anybody that I knew, that I would, it's unfortunate. But it's hard for me also to say this with a straight face and not sound like a hypocrite, because curiosity gets the better of me, as I'm sure it does a lot of you. And when I hear about this, I am drawn to click the link. So I'm aiding the invasion of privacy. I'm contributing to it by clicking the link. So it sucks for her. It sucks for her. I don't know. Nothing's going to happen. Yeah. The person, whoever got linked, whoever got hacked and leaked, is not going to face any justice or what have you. But I do feel bad for her. But I feel like a hypocrite. I want to say, oh, poor her, but at the same time, I'm not making it any better because I clicked the link.
I agree.
I looked at the pictures.
And I'm the same exact way.
So
it sucks because it is her invasion of privacy. It's a very personal nature that those pictures were posted, obviously. But I'm the same exact way. Everybody knows my love for Charlotte, and it's not just because she's athletic and she's talented in the ring. It's because I find her physically attractive, obviously.
She's a JIS.
But she is definitely in that category. But at the same time, as you look at it, you want to think to yourself, man, I really wish that these weren't on this situation. You wish that this wasn't the case where somebody has to hack things and publicly embarrass somebody. She shouldn't be embarrassed by the pictures. But in the same way, if lighten things up, if I have one of my pictures posted online, I'm a little embarrassed. Not the fact that I don't want my pictures online. I shouldn't be embarrassed, obviously. That's all I'm saying. And I'm speaking in circles now. We should end the segment. But that's kind of what's going on.
I hear if you go down to the University of Central Florida, you might be able to find some, some people,
Orlando was fun.
Orlando.
Want to watch wrestling?
We don't watch wrestling.
I love watching wrestling. You and me. You may or may not have seen. Anyway, go on. We should wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
Wrapping it up.
Wrap.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. We're bringing the whole crew in. We got plenty more of Chair Shot Reality on WrestleZone.com. Oh my.